Hello and welcome to Storytime with Oscar. I'm not sure what part it is in, but anyway, we're reading Robots, Ghosts and Dinosaurs 2 Race to Space, which is the follow-up of my previous book. If you have not seen that, please go and watch that first. I will put it up there if I can figure out how to edit it. But please go and watch that first because you won't have any clue what's going on. So anyway, let's get on with it. Prologue. In the first book, Swing and Swink met each other, got a job, had adventures with each other and met Sid. This is the sequel to that book about their race to space. Chapter 1, Race to Space. Swing and Swink are now sitting in their bedrooms waiting for the rocket to set off. Boom! Boomed the rocket. No one would expect it to be quiet. As for Sid, he was on his way to Venus. Come on, it's been 2 minutes. We've only travelled 10 miles. Unfortunately for them, they were going at lowest speed possible and Sid was racing ahead of them. Sid will be at Venus by the time we reach space, shouted Swing. They could still see their house under them, but not for long because suddenly their ship went to 50,000 miles an hour for a few seconds. They were 100 miles in when their ship went to slow speed again. Sid was only about 5,000 miles from Venus and Swink was about 125,000 miles from the moon. Venus in 30 minutes, said one of Sid's guards. The moon in 6 days, said Swing. Chapter 2, Sid wins. Sid got to Venus soon after, but I need to explain. So Sid was trying to land, but actually crossed on Jupiter, which gave Swing a head start. They were racing to the moon, but Sid was catching up. Ah, you stupid! Once again, Sid didn't know spelling and got this wrong. Jupiter is far from Venus though, and the race was still on. Sid hurt his head, but soon he was off to Venus. Unluckily, Swing crashed a rocket on Pluto. This was a lot of crashing in 10 minutes. Both of them were far away from the planets they wanted. The idea of a race is not that Sid gets a head start and his is much quicker. As Swink crashed on Pluto, he saw someone. It must be an alien, he shouted. Chapter 3, Aliens, or Cats. Meow was heard from the aliens as Swink ran to see them. They were not hostile cats, but Swink had never seen cats. What's your name? He said. Sandy Cat, Sandy replied. Sandy Cat is a random name, but it's unique. We are Swink and Swing, told them both. The two Sandy cats and Swink soon became friends and played for the rest of that day. The next day, Swink asked Sandy if she would help them. Will you help us? He said. Meow says yes. Swink was happy they were helping and so they wanted to continue their adventure. We need to go to the moon, said Swink. I've been to the moon many times, said Sandy. So they set off. Chapter 4, Journey to the Moon. Now they were on their way to the moon, they were catching Sid up. We're to us from the moon, they chanted. Also, they crashed on Saturn. Once again, they were delayed from the moon. Crashing is often funny from one watching behind, but for Swing this was the opposite. I really hurt my head, they all shouted. Their heads were bleeding. Ooh, ah, ee, ah, is what people say when their head is hot. Ooh, ah, ee, ah, said Swink. Meanwhile, Sid was edging into Venus's atmosphere and was 5 minutes away. Unfortunately, he fell asleep, so his robots took care for him. Robots are not always reliable, though, and turn the wrong way. Part 2, Race for the Diamonds. Chapter 5, Sid's Detour. Sid is now taking a detour on the way to Neptune. Meanwhile, Swink was landing on the moon. This story goes over a long period of time, and now it is the year 50 million BC, and the dinosaurs were wiped out. But mice were added. There's a new legend going that said there was diamonds on Jupiter. The rocket was going at a speed of 2,970 29,773 miles per hour. Sid was on the other side of the universe, going at 731 miles per hour. It looked like they were going to make it in 2 days. We're about 1,000,000 miles from Jupiter. They were soon going past Earth. Chapter 6, Reaching Jupiter. After around 1.7 days of flying, they were now 251,756 miles from Mercury and were at a full speed of 26,971 miles per hour. Finally, the next day they reached Mercury. "We're on Mercury," said Swing. "No, we're on Venus." This arguing went on until they went out. "There's the diamond," they both said. They all raced to get it, but Swing was the fastest. Swing likes teasing, so he held it in the air. "I've got the diamond, I've got the diamond," he chanted. They both rushed to the rocket. "All right then," said Swing. "Let's go to the moon," finished Swing. They hopped into the rocket and it booted off. Brum, brum! It was going at a slow speed of 257 miles per hour. "It'll take us years to get there," shouted Swing. They were trapped on the moon. Chapter 7, Swing's Marvellous Incredible Rocket Racing Escape Plan. Yes, that was a long title, but never mind, because this is a very long chapter. "Are you ready?" "Let's discuss our escape plan," said Swing. "A what plan?" "Escape plan. Swing can stay here. He just built a house," said the cats. That plan went with, and as they raced off in the distance, "Goodbye" was heard from Swing. Meanwhile, Sid was racing to Venus and finally arrived there. "Who are you?" said Sid. "Spink," said Swing. "Of course I can tell your lies. You are Swing." "No," said Swing. "Guards," said Sid. "Take me to the moon. I'll make so-called Spink with you." And now it was more of a race to the moon than race to space. Swing was stuck in the rocket, defenceless. I can't believe I'm saying this. What was a warrior? "Is now stop!" shouted one of the guards. I was hiding in the back of the rocket, spying on Sid. The guards were shouting at me. "What's your name?" boomed the guard as the rocket stopped. "Oscar Wizard," I spoke. Everyone stopped. Chapter 8, Now He's My Friend? "Oscar," said Sid. "I used to be your best friend," he continued. "Many years ago." I suddenly remembered. This was true. I was the villain's new friend. I fought him on both of their sides. I jumped out the window, aiming for the moon. I landed on Saturn. But Sid wanted to follow me. I know he's my friend, but not this far. I could see Swing and the cats off in the distance, so me, Sid, and Swing ran as far as possible. I know what you're thinking. How did Swing get to Venus? I've not yet looked into that. Now I wondered what to do. I was standing in thin air with two new friends right next to me. If you're thinking, if I met Swing and Swing later, then how did I get the first part of the story? Well, they told me their stories. I saw Swing shouting in the distance, "Whoever you are, follow me!" I was already working on doing. However, Sid didn't like Swing or Swing, so he raced off to the moon in his own rocket. Chapter 9, Swing arrives at the moon. Swing and the cats arrived at the moon, and me and Swing were 178 miles off. We are at a lightning speed for humans and robots of 200 miles an hour. And so I arrived at the moon, somewhere I never thought I'd be. However, I didn't want to be in the moon for long. "Can we fly back?" I spoke. I think robots are magic because I teleported back to my house, never to see them again. Back at the moon, Swing's team had won the race. "Hooray!" they cheered. This is unfortunately the end of the book though. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, click the like button. And if you enjoyed it so much you want to see more updates, click the like button and the subscribe button. And goodbye from Ozzy.